After international outrage, veteran to keep home that was auctioned over $236 tax bill. A disabled veteran whose Arizona mobile home was seized and sold will keep his home. Maricopa County officials brokered a deal Friday that will allow Jim Boner to stay in his home. The county treasurer's office confirmed Boner will not face eviction from the auction winner, who threatened to remove him. County Attorney Bill Montgomery helped reach a deal with Boner, the treasurer's office and the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Details on the agreement were still emerging after a meeting Friday reported earlier. Nonetheless, Boner's plight captured national attention after how he lost his home and faced eviction over a few $100s in back taxes, even though he already paid the bill. Calls to help Boner have been pouring in from around the world. People have expressed Boner paid the bill 7 days before the sheriff's office sold the home on June 20th. But the Sheriff Paul Penzone confirmed his office didn't learn about the payment until after the mobile home was sold. The county sought an opinion from Montgomery to decide if Boner's home was legally seized and sold or if the auction should be reversed. Montgomery's office said Friday the country owes a debt to Boner and all veterans. After learning his home was in jeopardy of being auctioned, Boner made a $405.70 tax payment on June 13 to pay his 2017 property tax bill. That weighs as event. Normally, the payment would have been enough to cancel the auction. But the sheriff's office, Penzone said his office followed proper policy in auctioning off the property, which was handled no differently than any other sale. From 2017, the treasurer's office, which collects and administers taxes, says the payment was legally processed and the outstanding debt was paid on June 13, whether the sheriff knew about it or not. What's more, the treasurer said Boner received a final in painstakingly laying out the timing of Boner's taxes, the due dates and notices. They said Boner was notified a year ago that his home would be sold in June and that his payment had not been recorded in the county record system on the day of the auction. Penzone laid blame for the situation on a miscommunication to Boner from Maricopa County call center officials, saying the treasurer's office provided misinformation to Boner in the days leading up to the sale. Bellis denied the allegation, saying Boner had the right information and acted accordingly. He said the sheriff Boner is unable to work because of physical and brain injury he suffered during a training exercise in 1991 at Keesler Air Force Base in Mississippi. He said Thursday he was trapped in a maddening bureaucracy. Why? The mobile home sold for $4,400. The buyer, Lester Payne, bought it through a company called Advanced Dynamic Energy Limited. Payne is a convicted felon with a record of several arrests. Your finances. Boner figured he could pay $5,000, giving Payne a 16% profit. But Payne wanted more. After the two men engaged in a dispute, Payne rescinded his offer and said he was no longer interested in selling. He asked Boner to leave the home, which was Payne's right as the legal owner. Just hours before the deal was struck, County Treasurer Royce Flora had negotiated a deal with the Payne family to personally buy back the mobile home for $25,000. Now, he won't have to. Treasurer Flora for weeks has been offering his own money to get Boner's mobile home back. He first pledged it on Thursday. He challenged Penzone to pledge $10,000 of his own to buy the mobile home. Penzone did not respond to questions about the challenge. County officials did not provide specific details about the deal to save Boner's mobile home, only that an agreement had been worked out. Flora said he could not comment, citing a request by the county attorney not to make any public statements. Montgomery's office did not elaborate on the deal. Tax lien auctions help local governments collect unpaid property taxes that are needed to fund schools, law enforcement, and roads. In the case of single-family homes, owners have 2 years to pay a delinquent taxes before the tax lien is auctioned. And an auction winner, frivolous arguments. In the case of mobile homes, state law allows an auction to be held a day after a tax payment is due. In practice, the Maricopa County Treasurer's Office allows mobile home taxpayers 30 days after a tax payment is due before declaring it delinquent and another 30 days before notifying the Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office decides which mobilia home to auction. A detective visits the home to confirm its location, notifies a delinquent taxpayer, explains where to make a payment, warns that failing to do so could result in an auction, and leaves a notice of sale, said spokesman Sergeant Brian Vaingas. Once a mobile home tax lien is purchased, the buyer owns the home and can evict the tenants. In Friday's statement, the county attorney's office said the case has prompted officials to change the system of property tax seizures and auctions. County. Follow Rebecca L. Sanders and Robert Engelin on Twitter. Onda. This article originally appeared on Arizona Republic.
Raindrop, truck top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.